guys, welcome to episode 40 of Notable Needlework. I am Kate, Notable Needle, N-O-T-E-A-B-L-E, on Ravelry, on Plurk, and on Twitter. The blog, if you're watching this on iTunes, is at notableneedlework.blogspot.com. There is a Ravelry group, I think it's just called Notable Needlework Podcast. And you should join it and feel free to introduce yourself and say hi and have fun with it. If you are a new viewer, thank you for coming to check me out. If you are a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I have been a very, very productive knitter and sewer this week. It was Thanksgiving here in the States, and I only had class for 4 hours on Monday morning. And apart from studying, I didn't have a thing to do over break. So I got a lot of knitting done. So I actually have 3 finished objects this week. One of them, I'll put a link to the project page because I've actually already sent it to my mother-in-law with instructions. I think I put not to open until we get there, but honestly I'm not sure when she's going to be doing her Christmas decorating, so it's the 12 Days of Christmas tree skirt, and I finished it on Thanksgiving, and I was so excited about that, you have no idea. It is just a relief to finally have desk space clear now, and to be able to let the cats in whenever I'm in here. I mean, honestly, I don't let them in without supervision because they would still probably try and eat the fiber. There's something about the fisherman's wool that Yuki will start rabbit kicking it. Oh, I keep checking. I didn't let them in this time because I wanted to record kind of quickly because I'm not sure how much light we're going to have left. It is a rainy day here in Alabama, and I'm not sure if you can hear it. It's not like too terribly loud, but there's not going to be a lot of light left for a while. So that was the first finished object, which I can't show you, but you can look on Ravelry and see the pictures. The second one is the Auburn I forget what I called it on my Ravelry page, like the Auburn chevron scarf or something. It's the My Favorite Scarf pattern, and it's Fiesta Baby Boom Campus Knits in the Auburn colorway for the Auburn Tigers. I love how it knit up. I really do. You've got these thicker chevrons on the edges and then really thin stripes in the middle. And then at the winner of the auction's request, I put this fringe on it. And I like how it turned out. I don't normally like fringe, but I think it adds character to it. So yeah. Unfortunately, Auburn did not win in the Iron Bowl yesterday. Alabama kind of kicked their butts. So roll tide, and here's to keeping the championship in the state for 3 years in a row. Anyways, I do like how it turned out, but at the same time, I'm glad that someone else is getting it and it's not just gonna stay in the house, because I don't really wear a lot of scarves. When I do and finish the clapouti, I will wear that. But I like how it turned out. The third finished object, and the last of my orders, is the second pair of socks for Christian's grandma. This is out of Knit Picks Felici self-striping sock in the cochineal colorway. It's in the show notes. Just your basic cuff down socks, stockinette with an afterthought heel. On the Ravelry pattern page, it says that it's like 2 at a time, toe up. Yeah, I didn't use that pattern. It's just 60 stitches around on a size 2 with, I guess it equates to 2 inches of ribbing-ish. In stockinette anyway, each stripe is a half an inch. And these are for a size 8 with an afterthought heel, which admittedly does look really funny when it's just not been blocked. I don't have sock blockers, so Christian understands like that the socks look funny, but that they fit right when they're worn, because I used a short row heel on the socks that I sometimes wear to class, and they fit perfect. They just look really silly when you're taking them off. So hopefully her grandmas won't object to the way that they look. But I think they turned out super cute. And if you haven't seen before, this was the first pair. And this is the Knit Picks Fleechy Self-Striping Sock in the Tyrrhenian Purple colorway. I always want to call it Tyrrhenian Blue. So that is it for finished objects. Works in progress. I picked up the I Heart Mom. It's the I Heart lace shawl, and it's in the Volmisa 100% superwash merino. It's a weird different colorway. I believe it was originally the Neptune Dark, because I've seen that colorway before and it looks very similar, except that it's not a solid color. You can see the differences in it, which is, I think, what made it a weird different colorway. So the pattern is knit in stockinette until you get to 121 stitches on each side. So 121, so it's 2, 121, 1, 121, 2. So at last count I was at about 53. I think I may still wind up making it bigger than that, and just making sure that the number of stitches matches up with the chart. I think as long as you do increases of 20, then you're fine, because I think the smaller size calls for going to 99 and then, wait, no, that's 22. 22 stitches, I guess. It's probably 11. No, it's probably 22, because 11 wouldn't make sense. Anyways, I could increase it another 22 stitches. I'm going to see how big it gets when it's at 121 and how much it will block out. Since it's stockinette, it doesn't really want to go that much. But we'll see, because my mom isn't big by any stretch of the imagination. So she doesn't need as large of a shawl that I would. She's only about 5'3", so I wouldn't want to make it too big. I say this as I'm giving my 4'11" grandmother the giant lace shawl that makes me look little. I actually haven't decided whether or not she's actually getting that, because one, I'm not really sure where she would wear it, because she doesn't like dressing up. She's very much like me in that respect. What I'm seriously contemplating doing is getting this cookbook that I know that she would absolutely adore, because I have a copy of it. Getting that for her and my grandfather, and saying, okay, Grandma gets the cookbook and Grandpa gets the cooking. We'll see, because otherwise I don't really know what I'm going to do with that shawl, so, I mean, she can just put it over the couch for all I care. Like, she knows that it's from me, and she knows that it's because I love her. So, we'll see. I have two more works in progress that didn't really get a whole lot of love this week. I mean, they got casted on, but the first, which if I stopped working on the shawl, I could probably just get this done today. This is going to be a hat for my sister-in-law for Christmas. I was originally planning on doing the faux Noro scarf for her. The one that's the two different colorways of the Lion Brand Amazing, and you alternate it every 2 rows so you get really pretty stripes. That was originally designed with Noro in mind. But realistically, I don't really want to do another scarf right now. I'm not going to frog that by any stretch of the imagination. I will probably save it for next year's Christmas. But I just don't want to do a scarf right now. I want something quick and easy, and this will probably give her more usage. I did this exact same pattern for her last year in a slightly variegated green, and she loves it and wears it all the time. She lives in southwestern Utah, right outside Zion National Park. So it snows there in the winter and gets very cold. But I think that this will look cute on her. It's Lion Brand organic cotton, and oh, it is the mocha colorway. I'm gonna save this so I actually remember, because I was gonna call it like precious metals or something like that, because it looks like it's got like the gold and the silver and the bronze, but evidently this is mocha. Yeah. I forget what the hat pattern is. It's basically just, oh, what is this called? Moss stitch, maybe? I don't know what it's called in crochet, but it's single crochet, double crochet, and then when you go around the next time, it's single crochet into the double crochet and double crochet into the single crochet, so you get this textured pattern. I think it's called the Einstein's hat. Maybe. I do have one that's already finished from before. Why am I not giving this one to my sister, you ask? I have no idea. Anyways. Oh. And the seams in front. Okay. I think it's because I know she already has a white hat like this. But it comes down over the ears, and she looks super cute in it, because she's got really poofy hair, and it always looks good. Mine is fighting with me right now because it's raining out. But it'll look like this when it's done, and I think it'll look cute. And yeah. Because I want to get the shawl done really badly before we leave, this probably won't be getting that much love. It'll get my... Well, no, it's a stockinette triangle shawl. It's completely and utterly mindless. So I can't even say that this is mindless knitting. If I have a really small bag... whatever. This will get done at some point. But I don't need to block it or anything, so... we'll see. The other work in progress is... something just fell. I don't know what it was. This is going to be the lined beanie by Heather from Highland Handmaids. What I am doing is, this is for one of my friends in my nursing school class, because it's not even so much because of the beanie that I'm making it for him. The beanie is a means to an end. It will be yellow and purple for LSU colors because he's from Louisiana and he's a huge LSU fan. I'm doing the inner lining yellow, and then I'm going to switch to purple right before you do the fold over bit, and then I'm going to do 2 yellow stripes. I was thinking about, instead of doing stripes, to do like a little tiger paw thing, because they're the tigers, but the only patterns that I could find were for color work weren't Fair Isle, it was Intarsia, which I can't find anywhere how to do that in the round, because evidently God doesn't want you to do it in the round. But I think the stripes will be fine. This might not be a Christmas present, this might be a after Christmas, when we get back from Christmas break present, because he doesn't know it's coming, so he won't be disappointed if it's late. The reason I'm doing the hat is because of this, which I've already finished. I'm only doing this because I love you guys. Yup. This will be... Sorry, I have to take it off. If you talk with it too much, the mustache starts to go into your mouth, and that's just kind of gross. But it is a detachable beard. What I'm going to do is put a button on the inner lining of the beanie, and this will... I'm going to measure it on him and figure out where the buttons need to go, because I'm sure his face is different than mine. But so that he can put it on for like a photo or something like that, but that he can take it off, because as much as he says he wants to have one that he can wear all the time, I know that he really, really doesn't. He has a beard just like this right now, but he will be shaving it off. Actually, I don't think he's got the mustache thing going on. But he's going to be shaving it off in January for a like best beard, mustache, whatever competition. So he's letting everything grow out, and then he's going to style it. Yeah. So yeah. I think that that will be highly entertaining, and it doesn't feel like deadline knitting, so it's more fun to work on it. Things that are coming up in the near future, because I don't already have enough on my plate. First thing, this hat pattern that I'm doing for Rachel, I will also be doing it in this, it's the pistachio colorway of the Nature's Choice organic cotton from Lion Brand. It is going to be for my swap partner in the Mommy Needs Yarn holiday swap thing. I can't remember what it's officially named. Again, she does not know that I am the one who is sending it to her, but I have a sneaking suspicion that she will enjoy it. And that's all I'm saying, because I haven't actually read everyone else's comments in the hints thread, what answers to questions, but I don't, just in case she's the only person who put something that would make me think that, I'm just gonna stop talking, because yeah, anyways, she doesn't know that it's me who's sending it to her, and I think that she watches, so hopefully she won't be able to figure out that this is going to her, but I know she's gonna like it. So yeah, other things that are coming up are Will's Christmas socks, now that my sock needles are bare. Oops. Watch me juggle. This is the Knit Picks Stroll hand painted in the Tree Fort colorway. Again, it's like the 9 millionth time I've shown these and said they're coming, I swear. I may cast them on and then not work on them really until we get there, because Will cares the least if he gets a half-finished object on the tree. And the only other thing that I know is coming soon, and realistically it won't be for a little bit because I don't think I have anyone that's going to be getting this for Christmas, is the Jeweled Cowl pattern. This is Malabrigo lace in the... It's not sapphire, it's sapphire green colorway with rainbow beads. Yay! I always use larger beads than seed beads because the smallest crochet hook I could find is like a 12. Because I'm too lazy to order crochet hooks online for something that I rarely do, which is beaded knitting. But that will be coming up. It's come out of stash because I know that I'm going to be making it. I think my idea was that it could be the project that I leave in here because beaded knitting isn't really something that you can easily carry around with you when it's as many beads as that pattern is. Granted, it's like 14 a row, but I don't want to have to deal with that if I'm at school or something like that. I feel like there was something else that I was going to share with you guys that was knitting related. I don't remember what it was. No, it's gone. I no idea what it was. It was something else that was coming up. And it's gone. Anyways. Nursing school, absolutely nothing this week. Literally, we had a 4-hour lecture on diabetes on Monday. And that was it. That was the only class, and that was the only thing I was working on. I studied for my final. My first final is tomorrow. My last final is 2 weeks from Tuesday. So I have a 2.5 week long finals week. Don't get me wrong, I am glad that it is spread out. However, there's something to be said for just being able to be done. Although, if they just had everything this week, I would probably get super, super, super bored in the week and a half that I would be waiting for Will to get done. But anyways, first finals tomorrow, and then I've got some, like one last class, a final simulation, and final conferences this week, which I know that all of them are going to be just fine. I don't remember what my class in Patho is. I think it's endocrine, because I don't think we covered all of the endocrine function last time. But the final simulation is going to be fine. They even tell you the possible topics that your patient could have. And it's the ones that have been drilled to death. It's hypertension, COPD, diabetes, pneumonia. I don't remember what number 6 is. I think it's wound care. But it's just going in there and knowing, just doing what you do every day when you have a patient. Introducing yourself, making sure that their environment is safe, taking care of their needs, doing a physical assessment. And we even get a partner. And then conferences will be about that and about our performance throughout the semester. And I will be asking if my instructor will write me a letter of recommendation for a scholarship that I'm applying for next year. And I'm sure that she will. But yeah, not too much. And then the week after that is even less. I've got a final on Monday and a final on Thursday. I don't have anything between. And then the next week I only have a final on Tuesday. And then we go back to California. So there's not going to be a... Next week will probably be the last interesting nursing school thing for a while, sadly enough. And then I'll essentially be on break. I'll be studying for finals, but that's not really something that y'all want to hear about. So yeah, I've just been studying for the final tomorrow, and then after that, studying for the simulation, and it's just studying. It's not really a whole lot of interesting stuff. And I apologize for that. What I am planning on doing while we're in California is, now that I've discovered that my $7 webcam does not work, no, not even a little bit, I will be stealing the Mac laptops from either my husband's family or my family. I know that there are several in my husband's family, and I'm pretty sure my brother is bringing his back while he's there. And using those to record, because they can part with them for a little bit. It's not like I record these like huge epics. But it might be a little longer than a week between episodes. It will probably be 2 episodes within that like almost 3 weeks that we're down there. One while we're down with my family, one while we're up with his family. Oh, I remembered what the other thing to come was. It was it also relates to personal news, which is, I guess, what will follow next. So, I got a bunch of phone calls on Tuesday. I couldn't figure out what they were about. I saw that they were from my friend Addie. And I texted her back and I said, "What's up?" She's like, "Call me." It's like, okay. And then I forgot, because that's the kind of person I am. So she hunted me down. She came to the church that I was at and was like, "Hey, you didn't answer my calls." I was like, "I know, because I suck as a godmother." Because she's the friend who is pregnant, whose baby shower we're going to when we go back to California, that I already did the baby blanket for. And she says, "Well, we got some news, because I went to get my ultrasound today." And I was like, "Okay, it's too early for them to do the sex of the baby, and she's already told me that she's not going to find out the sex. She's not due till April, so the earliest that they'd be able to find out is like January." So I was like, I just looked at her and I said, "It's twins, isn't it?" And she's like, "How did you know?" So Will and I will not be the godparents of a godchild. It will be godchildren. So the next thing that I will be working on is a second baby blanket. She already knows that I'm making her something, and that a second one will not be ready in enough time for the baby shower, which is like December 17th. So she is allowing me to put in IOU 1 whatever, which I was already planning on doing for a sweater when I thought that it was 1 baby. So I think it will just be for a second baby blanket, and we'll see whether it's 2 boys or 2 girls. Realistically, I don't think that it's fraternal twins. Just from what she's told me, and from what she remembered from her doctor telling her, I'm fairly certain that it's identical twins. And because she doesn't have any sets of twins in her family at all. So I'm pretty sure it's identical. But yeah, that will be interesting. So I've already warned Will that realistically the due date is probably going to be more like March, because with twins they tend to come a little earlier because there's not as much room for them to keep growing. And he knows that we will pretty much not have any free time after that happens because we will be spending it with them. And we both sets of us already know that that's going to be the case because that's what I do. I take care of people, and it's our god kids. Come on. Of course I'm going to be there to help. But yeah, it's been a slow week. Productive, but it's raining. There's actually supposed to be a little bit of snow on Tuesday. Not snow like snow here and there within the rainstorm. Because it's a low of like 27. So we'll probably get a little bit. There'll be some frost the next morning when I get up bright and early to go to my clinical simulation, and I did not think about that until right now, so I'm going to have to get up earlier and put some warm water on the car so I can actually see outside of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's just study for finals and finish Christmas presents, and that's it. So until next week, I hope that your weather is a little better than ours. Ours isn't that bad, but it's dreary. It was a lot better when I was just in the living room, and we usually have the blinds down, so I couldn't tell that it was gray and dreary. It just, yeah. Until next time, I hope that you're having a good week and that you had a good Thanksgiving, and I will see you next time.